But that's the least thing that I said to you, right? That you're weak in this.
I know, there's so many things. You need to be able to do it. You have a choice. You're talking as a people come. Oh
Find a way, Shasta.
Find a way. Find a way. I don't care. Don't give me excuse. Oh my goodness. If someone had told me this 5 years back. Hi. Before you watch the video, I wish to welcome you to the Song on Fire channel. Song on Fire is an authentic Catholic channel with a variety of content like music, interviews, and lifestyle videos. If you're someone willing to grow in your Catholic faith and wish to have an enriching fellowship, then this channel is for you. Please do subscribe and hit on the bell notification for updates. Now enjoy the video. God bless you.
Okay, Shasta.
Yeah?
So we have known each other for how long?
A little more than 2 years. 2 years and I suppose 5 months to be precise.
and so can you tell people how the first time both of us met or got in touch?
Oh yeah.
Tell the truth.
It's actually pretty interesting. So it was on Facebook. So you were looking out for
people pro-life.
Some pro-life initiative of yours, and you had specifically asked for doctors. And then someone following your channel, Mike. Mike suggested my name, and then you reached out immediately. And usually I don't.
You remember what did I send and what happened?
The text that you sent me.
Yeah.
Hey Shasta, JD here. Wanted to discuss an initiative with regard to pro-life, and let me know when you're free. And then me in my robotic way, I said, "Hi JD, I am free."
You didn't say hi and all.
I did?
You just say hi.
Okay. Hi. Yeah. I would have said hi, Joseph Dinesh.
No, you didn't put my name at all.
Hi. Yeah. So I said hi. And I said, I'm free from this time to this time.
And then you changed the time. You said you were traveling somewhere, you're outside or something.
Said, yeah. And then we said, cool. And then you said, cool, can I talk then? And then probably after a while I messaged saying, actually something has come up, can we talk in this time? And then finally we spoke, and then one thing led to another.
So what was your first impression? I mean, did you have any idea of who I was before that? Or it's only after I sent the request that you went around and saw who was this guy?
Yeah, I definitely did more research after.
But you knew who I was?
Partially because I accepted your friend request. I think I assumed you had, there were a lot of common friends, so I thought someone in the ministry. And but I never followed you, but certain videos would pop up, right, on Facebook. And but I never listened to them actually, unless it was Elvira's video. I knew Elvira from St. John's. I had asked about you to Elvira, and then she told me, and then only after that did I actually start watching your videos. And
so, what was your first impression?
My first impression?
Very bad, as usual.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're pretty straightforward and dominant.
But how did that come across?
I'm pretty sure some bloopers also were seen. Not only that, posts come out, right? Posts. And I'm very interested in how people respond to it. So I always read comment sections. Even on YouTube, I'm busy reading the comments. On Facebook, so pretty confrontational. So I was hesitant as to how our conversation would be, and I was kind of scared. But you were very polite and very courteous.
Yeah. Even at that time, this was 2000?
This was 2018, around August, September.
Okay, so then we started speaking, and I started calling you now and then for my doubts, pro-life doubts.
Yeah.
And then, so how did we eventually, then I asked you to become part of the council. Because you know what I found, that you also think in the same line as me. But the conclusion or the solution that you have for that is very different.
Is that so?
Yeah. So, that was very challenging for me. Like, for example, if I say A, B, C, you also think A, B, C, but the solution that I come out with A plus B plus C would be D. Right. But for you, it will be a completely different thing. So I needed someone to challenge me that way, so that I'm just not biased in my decision making.
Is that so?
Yes.
I thought my advice mainly helped with regard to people interaction, and that was it.
No, even otherwise. So there are so many other things which I implicitly picked up in the conversations that we had. So then I knew, okay, it can also be, different. I think you helped me think in a much more broad and a mature way, I think. So then what happened, Shasta?
So after that, actually, I didn't think, apart from these discussions, I would actually be included in the council. But I don't know, in this Rome, for some reason, you had mentioned, if possible, get statues.
Yeah.
And I thought I'll forget about it, but somehow, I think it's God's prompting, the Spirit's prompting. In Rome, it's like again and again, JD said, get statues. JD said, get
Really?
statues. Yeah, you told me.
What are the statues?
The statue of Saint Theresa, Saint John Paul, and Saint Michael. Right?
And
first 2 days it came, and then I'm like, no, I have my own plans and I can't go statue shopping right now. But somehow it just stuck, and then third day I messaged you saying, hey, you asked me a long time back, and then somehow I got those statues for you. And I thought after giving you the statues, that would be the end of whatever conversations we had.
No, but that was after I asked you to be part of the council or before that?
I was just a little before. Then I went to Kerala to work for a while, and at that point you asked me.
Oh, okay. So tell people, what was your impression when you came, the first time we met each other?
At HSR?
Yes.
So I had this impression about JD based on all the controversial posts that come up on Facebook, because by then at least I started following the posts that he's going to be this really, what would you say, formidable guy. So I was wondering, oh my goodness, God, please let me just give the statues and go say something. I'm getting late and go. But JD was extremely, extremely welcoming, and we had a really nice
conversation.
time. Yeah, talking and
I took you out for dinner. Tell that dude.
Yeah, you took me out for dinner. And we ordered something from KFC. I have no idea what we ordered.
And then we went for a walk.
Yeah, we walked around. We discussed you really enlightened me on a lot of pro-life things.
Yeah. You know what I observed about you? So you, normally when people ask, are you hungry or you want something, we will say, oh, no, it's okay, I'll go home. You were like, yes, I am hungry. Yes, I want something to eat.
I'm shameless when it comes to food sometimes.
That is quite surprising for me, actually.
Actually, by reflex, I usually say no. I want to go home, but I don't know why is it that. Anyway, I got a KFC treat from JD.
Then after that, I asked you to be part of the council.
Yeah.
And so how then from then our friendship grew?
Okay. So after being a part of the council, for a brief period of time, our interactions was minimal.
Yes.
Right? But after that, even I went through a personal crisis in life, and it was that time I think we started talking a lot more.
Yeah.
Started discussing more, talking more. And then, again, even there were a lot of... That is why I feel I didn't realize I was implicitly challenging you in ways, because most of the conversations during the council period was mainly transaction analysis.
Yeah.
How could I put this better when I
How do I talk to this?
How could I have texted better? And that was it. So I thought, okay, my role is that, and that is something I'm good at, and that's enough. Don't ask me, what is this, brainstorming on Catholic controversial things. I cannot contribute in that. But it's good that you said I challenge you in some way or the other. After 4-5 months of just that, we definitely spoke more during that period. 4-5 months of speaking, then after we did one intro video is when we started talking more.
Was it?
Yes. It was after this lockdown started.
But our interactions at that time were so professional, right?
Very matter of fact. Whatever we had to discuss.
Because of you. I was not like that. I didn't know how to because she was part of the council, I really needed her help and advice in so many things, and I didn't want to offend you with my, very decent behavior.
Well, you impressed me with your decent behavior, and I was like, why can't you be like that even in the post? You should...
So you thought that. I mean, I was very, very cordial with Shasta for at least...
Thank you very much.
Till what?
till
6 months
till
back.
I'll tell you when. Till around May, June 2020. That's when both our true colors finally came out.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we started talking more, and then you prepared a list of 20 questions to ask me, and you'd ask me to prepare questions in return, and I would never ever make something. Whatever you asked me, I asked you back.
For me, it was always a challenge to interact with someone like you because you're such a contrast to me, right?
Yeah. Introvert by nature.
And I've never met someone like you in my life, because even in the choir or in all the ministry activities that I've been doing, because for me it is always work related, right? I'm asking them to do something. So since I've not met you, and it's very difficult for us to really understand each other through a phone call, for me it was I just could not place my hand and say, okay, this is how Shasta is, or this is how she will react, or this is how it was difficult. Yeah.
Well, I like this matter-of-fact way things get done, whatever is required, and then that's it.
No, but for friendship and relationship,
definitely we need to expand our boundaries. But yeah, I had my own. I was battling things by myself at that time, so.
And then, so once I started making fun of you, the ice all broke.
The ice broke, but initially I think my ego got the better of me. But you kept reminding me, 99 is to 1. 99% of the time, you're just joking. So then finally, I think I got primed to it.
And at what time you felt comfortable with me as a person and with my personality? What tipped you off to that comfort level?
After a conversation we had, after the fellowship meeting started, right? So between August and September, it was very difficult. And after that, we had some really heated discussions on the WhatsApp group that we are all part of. And oh my goodness, we were battling it out. And then I thought I really annoyed JD with a statement I made, but then he was very frank about his point of view, and we had a very healthy discussion, and I really found that refreshing. Very few friends are very open about saying, see, I didn't like what you said, and still, have a very flexible discussion about the pros and cons and what I didn't like and what you didn't like, and we came to a conclusion and a consensus and respect for each other. I really appreciated that. Usually if I offended you and you also didn't like it, and then I would think of things you've done in the past, and I would just vent on, not vent, what did I say?
But you did that. But
resent about it for a while. And then probably just have a cold war. That's what I do. I have a cold war. I no longer have fights, but then all my conversations are very superficial. But that didn't happen between us.
I think even that day, when I called you to have the conversation, right, I was very angry. There was a prejudice and a perception. Then I really wanted to get angry. But as I said always, I think God has protected our friendship for a bigger purpose. Because I couldn't get angry, or I have never gotten angry with you.
Thank God for that. And I don't even want to experience it.
And also, as you said, it was a very healthy discussion. We never provoked each other anywhere.
No.
And
I learned a lot about the way you speak in heated discussions, and about the way you speak in your Mokkai. Sense of humor joke is totally.
Another thing I observed during that time was, during that interaction was also the time where I was having these controversial arguments. And for me to separate the person from the point of discussion was very difficult. We tend to have this tendency to become very personal when the other person is disagreeing or made us very angry. So talking with you was actually a point in case for me, because there I think I cleared the
you cleared the bar.
Yeah, especially because I had so much of the personal anger against you. Even so, I did not allow my personal perception or prejudice to affect the conversation we were having at that time. It was very objective what we had, even though you were telling all the things that I did in 1940s, 1950s and 60s.
My memory is my curse.
Yeah.
You said that on that day and you said this on this day, and now you find it offensive that I said this on this day. But I think that's a great display of virtue from your side, JD, and I learned a lot that day.
Yeah.
Yes. Basically, to complete whatever disagreement you have with someone. Usually, if I don't like it, then just to avoid confrontation and to avoid conflict, I just
actually that
end it. And I don't end it. I just walk away from conflicts. So.
That conversation, I think, was enlightening thing for both of us, because both of us got to understand each other in much better way.
Yeah.
And in my mind, also a lot of things liberated. Like,
praise God.
Once I had that conversation with you. And then I think the humor, I mean, me pulling your leg on the sense of humor became really a bonding.
Yeah, there was like a free flow after that, right? And even I could feel the comfort level had increased between us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think our friendship has reached a very healthy level. Actually, to be very frank, I share about a lot of our conversation with a friend of mine. And she is like in awe. Shasta, you're so lucky to have this kind of a friendship. It's very few people have this kind of a friendship where you discuss so openly and yeah.
No, I was talking about the sense of humor which actually enabled us to be there.
That is an indirect sign of how the friendship has reached another level, right?
Is it?
Yeah. Otherwise, it was just what about discussion, lack of emotions. You would always complain about lack of emotion. I still do, but I think I'm improved. And for say a paragraph that you send, I would probably just send one sentence, two sentences. I think there was definitely more freedom in communicating with you.
Your emojis have increased, her words have increased.
Emojis more than words still.
And also you send some the animated. I think you're very visual in your expression of.
Yeah, I'm a very visual person. Like even in learning, I visualize and learn, and even in imagining, my mind just goes off. So I enjoy those GIFs. And I'm always hunting for GIFs to send to JD to compare him being the tiger and me being the tortoise. Because that is the speed at which both of us work. Sorry, cheetah speed and tortoise speed. Yeah. So that was that.
And okay, so after I think the first fellowship where I was pulling your leg in the Song and Fire fellowship that we have, even then you had some problem initially. But
yes. It was after 1 month of the fellowship starting. First two fellowships.
What was your issue, by the way? You didn't want to be pulled.
Well, I don't know. Well, you always talk about branding and, glorifying you. Put you on a pedestal. So I was like, okay, fine, that's no problem. But then why are all your jokes putting us down? So can't you put us on a pedestal, or a change in the jokes? Put yourself down and put us on a pedestal. So I was like, why is he always pulling my leg? Shasta, don't sleep. Shasta, stop mugging your book. Dude,
your book.
Pick on someone else. My boring medical books, my silly course. I'm like, what? No, stop it. So I'm one bad thing about me, I'm quite vengeful. So in my mind, I'm like, when can I get back? I don't really get a lot of chances, but I tried to. But then after a month, it's more like, it's like water on a duck's back. I think it had no effect on me. And it was
no, that is because you gave up on the friendship, or you just felt comfortable?
No, after that was where we had this heated discussion and phone conversation, and then I realized there was a little bit of selfishness in me, and I was missing the bigger picture. So it helped. Now I don't.
So you would say what the friendship, whatever we had in 2018, has grown to what it is today?
Yes, definitely.
What way?
Trust, freedom, and what else?
You can actually say anything to me, right? I can also say anything to you. Actually, I do. Most of the time.
But you have forbidden me to say so many things. So I would love to say a lot of things, but I can't say.
What are the things I forbidden? You can't talk about medicine.
I can't talk about medicine.
COVID.
I can't talk about COVID. I can't talk about institutes that I want to apply to for my higher studies.
Only one, dude.
Then I can't talk about other courses I'm engaging in. And then what? Something else. I can't talk about
that thing.
Then anything I post is usually forbidden. Recently I was talking about colors. That is also forbidden.
That's because it's boring.
Then what? I can't compare you with somebody else. I have no problem you compare me with anyone, but you seem to have a problem with that.
Yeah, big time.
So I'm like, okay, as you want it, you tell me. Accordingly, I will tailor my dialogues and I will deliver.
But still, there is freedom. But
Definitely, no doubt. It doesn't matter. You can forbid whatever you want to forbid. And the important thing is, people say I'm a great listener and you are a wonderful talker. So I love listening.
How long do you talk in our phone calls?
So if our phone call is for 30 minutes, JD talks for 29 minutes and I talk for 1 minute. And most of my 1 minute is like scattered everywhere in the form of okay. Yeah, JD.
Yeah, sure.
Fine, JD. Cool. Praise God.
Okay, so so there are very few friends in your life with whom you have this kind of level of freedom.
Yeah, few. Very few.
And how did the trust grow? At what point or why?
I think because one of the greatest qualities that you display is integrity. So people who display integrity, I automatically tend to trust. I have trust issues.
Integrity meaning?
Okay, this is my definition of integrity, that thought, what we think, what we speak and what we act upon, they're all in line.
Oh.
You display that.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of people who initially I think are hard to connect, they're too brash, they're too bold. Actually, they are the ones who display a lot of integrity.
Yeah, I'm quite open with my thoughts, feelings.
And they're all in line, It's not that you think something else and act in a different way. That is a very strong point which enabled me to trust you better.
Okay, now we move into the most interesting part of the interview. I've asked these questions 1,000 times to Shasta.
Yeah, and I still don't think I'll have a convincing answer.
Okay, so I keep asking what are the 3 things that she really likes about me. And what are they?
So the number 1 I keep repeating like a million times because you're among the very few people.
Okay, let's say why we keep doing this, because I also keep sharing about you. So it's a very good feedback system because we get to know what are things that we are strong at and the things that we need to work on. And it's very, very important that we do it with our close friends because they are the ones who really observe
and challenge us.
So which is why we keep doing this. So it's just a fun thing. So what are the 3 things that you like?
Number 1, the 3. This is the first. See, JD always says how he's multidimensional and he can do so many things, and I'm like, what talk? Till after I joined this fellowship group, and I
Song on Fire fellowship.
the Song on Fire fellowship group. And I actually saw it in action. Like, I wasn't sure that JD would succeed in certain things. And a part of me was like, let me see how long this will last. But it succeeded like very well. And true to his word, he is very efficient in his multidimensional way of living. I'm very one-dimensional, and this is something that really impresses me.
Okay, second.
Okay, second. Your humility to take feedback and act accordingly. I don't bother about feedback because I don't care. If they want to give, they can. And I'm not even graceful to accept it, think and change. Unless I'm convinced types, you see. So you display humility in that area. Okay? And third is your sense of humor.
Really?
Total PJ sometimes, but they are so funny.
What does PJ do?
Poor joke.
Mokka joke, you mean?
Mokka joke.
What was the one thing that you laughed the most?
one was what you said, one was what Satish Paul said.
Okay.
One was you. So in one of the Song and Fire Fellowship meeting, we were deciding on team names. So I thought I'm not very creative, but I was like, what fancy names will they come up with? JD's suggestion, Kohli, Goli, Soda. I'm like, what kind of a team name is this? Kohli, Goli, Soda. Then I burst out laughing.
What is the Satish Paul thing?
Satish Paul joke was funny. So in the Zoom meeting, you were asking one of the members, turn your phone horizontally from portrait to landscape. Do it. And Satish Paul reflexively, because you had the San Francisco Bridge behind you. JD, the Golden Gate Bridge. JD, shift that bridge a little. I've seen Satish Paul to be very polite but very formal. This was
all of you.
Yeah, this was pure gold. It was so innocent but yet so hilarious in context. I didn't burst out laughing, but from inside I was like, oh my goodness, now this is very level.
And also, I think humor also acts as a very good bonding.
Icebreaker. It brings down walls of rigidity.
And friction. Like even when we had that frictional conversation that day, I was just like playing the fool, making fun of you, like at least most of the conversation.
Definitely.
So that really brought down the intensity of the conversation.
More freedom to say what we have, no inhibitions, thinking, oh no, this is a heated discussion, I better not have this, not that. And definitely it'll make the conversation last. Unless we give it time, not everyone can express out on whole. Okay, I need time.
Okay, so tell this, has anybody in your life have broken ice with you as fast as I did?
As fast as you did? No, I don't think so.
Really? Honestly.
As fast as you did? No, No, because so the other people who have broken ice with you as fast as you did were not as confrontational as you, right? So it was easier.
They were just...
Because I'm always this defensive person. If someone's too confrontational, I'll put up walls around me to protect my ego. Because I'm sensitive, I don't want to get hurt. And so obviously that rigidity will be there. So among confrontational people, I think you're among the very few who have broken ice. And I'm sure you must be the fastest in that lot.
Yeah. And also, you never cooperated in my ice-breaking session at all.
Are you talking about St. Thomas Aquinas?
What?
St. Thomas Aquinas? The Damsharaj, are you talking about cooperating and ice-breaking, that one?
No, even otherwise.
Just giving one word answer. And just listening.
But you took some time for you to, come out of your shell and interact with me as freely as you do, isn't it?
Definitely, it takes time with everybody. See, in certain groups, maybe you might find me talking more, but that is probably in that context. Oh yeah, I've gone to someone's house, I have to make conversation. It's a polite thing to do, ask about what they're doing. But naturally, I prefer actually keeping quiet.
Yeah. Okay, and what difference has Song on Fire made in your life?
What difference has Song on Fire made in my life? Song on Fire has made me realize prayer is not the only way to live a Catholic life. And there's something that you mentioned in one of the videos. There are many doors to enter the Catholic faith. For some reason, I thought only prayer is the way. But there are other ways. And it's not like only music and like for worship.
Both and it's always.
Yeah, it's not that. Other things, debating, cooking, all kinds of things. I don't have natural talent, but I'm sure there'll be other ways. Even my profession.
I only have a problem when you say only profession. I'm not at all saying profession is one of the ways where you can, encounter people, because I feel... So I definitely agree. The problem I have with you is you keep saying it's the only way. I'm only going to do this. That's where I get it.
Well, I say that because it's so exhausting. After that, I don't have time to do anything else. I prefer going and curling up in bed and going to sleep.
Yeah. But I used to like the conversation. I mean, of course, you also say things which challenge me. You also don't have... Of course, you can say anything. I mean, in the context of me, you can say anything, isn't it?
Right.
Anything.
Yes.
To my face.
Yes.
And I also can say, but somehow you have taken it in a good way. Because I think the trust and the integrity has really helped.
Yeah. Absolutely. I don't think
because
there's any other
see, when I speak also, I don't feel like I'm hurting you.
No, you're not. Don't worry.
So that's what I'm saying.
No. I think I hurt you more than you hurt me.
You hurting is like appetizer before big full meal, dude.
But it's still there. You don't hurt me that much actually anymore. I'm telling you, after that conversation we had, after that heated discussion, you don't hurt me anymore.
I've never, right?
After that, no.
Before that?
Before that, some things would upset me, but my perspective was wrong. I was seeing things in a different way, right?
So, I mean, friendships or relationships which have hiccups, or go through a rough patch, or even if it is two contrasting characters, I think if you see a much bigger purpose and you know that this person is someone you can trust, genuine, and has the virtue of integrity, then you should pursue it no matter what, right?
Definitely.
And it can come to a greener pasture, isn't it? In our case, it's very, very true. Because we started off with not great excitement.
Formality. Very formal.
And then we hit a bump.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like, free flow.
Yeah.
It's like, just the dams were open and
also willingness to cooperate with it, right?
Yeah.
If I was still my rigid self even now, I think it would have been very demotivating for you, for your efforts.
I somehow feel the prayers that you did without oil, of course, it really helped also.
But I believe very much in the power of prayer, and fruits of it, I think, sometimes it takes time, but it's when it blooms or when it comes forth, it's very...
Both the protection for yourself from me and the fact that we eventually, hit a very good part of friendship.
Because now the things you say, this heated conversation, let's take that as reference point. So after that, certain things that you've said, and I reflect upon it, before the heated conversation, if you had said things like that, it would have really hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of this ego drama that I was playing. I'm still playing the ego drama, but...
With me, it's not there anymore.
Yeah. Okay, let me say my egoistic, self-obsessed nature.
You don't have to be that honest in a public video, dude.
I suck at branding. Okay. Well, the ego always used to get the better of me before that point. Okay. Once I understood the greater picture, it never hurt me, and I was realizing so many things that you said after that point would have hurt me earlier.
Yeah. Things I have told you, I think nobody has spoken the way I've spoken.
Absolutely not. Frame it, Shasta. You will not get in there. You are weak in this area. Oh my goodness, if it was 2 years back, I'd be like, get lost, man. Who are you to tell me? You are weak in so many areas. Practice what you preach and blah, blah, blah. But now it's like, just don't analyze why and what he's saying, but what God is trying to tell you through him.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, nobody in your life would have spoken the way I've spoken.
No, because it wouldn't reach that point. I'm so sensitive. I would have been like, I would have stopped responding or whatever. Okay, good night.
That you do to me also now.
Yeah, but suppose someone had said, you're weak in this area, Shasta. All right, that's your opinion. Okay, I'd like to end this conversation. I'm going. And after that, never bother. Things like that.
But that's the least thing that I said to you, right? That you're weak in this.
I know, so many things. You need to be able to do it. You have a choice. You're talking as a people come.
Find a way, Shasta.
Find a way. I don't care. Don't give me excuse. Oh my goodness, if someone had told me this 5 years back, I would have been like, you find your own way, I'll find mine. And that's it. No more. I don't want to engage in anything anymore. That would have been.
But it is such a grace, no? A blessing for a good friend of yours to have that good concern and at the same time say things as it is.
I agree, JD, but I'm wondering how come with the others I'm so sensitive and with you, that's not the case.
That's what I think.
It's praise.
And what only? It's both and go, yeah.
Praise and JD. Praise and JD's perseverance. JD is relentless.
Yeah.
You never stop.
With you, I think that's very true, I think.
You never ever stop. Till I get out of the Shire. Yeah, man, you're relentless. That is the thing I see so much in you that I don't see. The message you sent me once, I care enough to act. Right? So a lot of people do that, but you are relentless in your pursuit of that. You never give up. I mean, someone as stubborn as me to not give up is...
Even in spite of you hurting me, being acting cold.
Yes, in spite of me being in my little bubble, constantly keep poking to burst it.
I think I somehow saw the potential the first time I spoke to you.
First time, 2 years back.
2 years back, I just could see something in you. I think, because I have to interact with so many people for Song on Fire, like I have to gauge the people's talent, whether they can do, cannot do, whether they have the potential, and within a matter of 5 minutes in the phone conversations that I have. So I think I've been bestowed with the grace to be able to,
analyze.
No.
Identify talents.
Identify talents, and once I do it, then that's it.
Yeah. And then you try your best for them to sharpen them, right?
And with you, the purpose was much bigger because not only that I wanted the talent from you to come out, I needed you for the ministry in itself. Which is why I think it added to the pursuit, the relentless pursuit. And also we have a lot of common points of interest, right?
Pro-life?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Certainly do.
Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, pro-life. Music and all, JD will act, I will only dream and listen. Yeah, certain things, but...
And also watching the Lord of the Rings together, I think that's where I think it went to that next level of comfort and freedom.
Actually, we watched Hobbit together. I think that became possible because we crossed that bump.
Oh.
I think that heated conversation was the turning point or the boost or whatever you call it. All this happened after that.
Yeah. Actually, it was very clarifying for me too. Something happened in me after that conversation. I felt some kind of ease with you after that. I don't know why. Even though I was angry with you after that.
I also felt at ease only after that conversation.
Because we spoke after a long time, but we still could feel that sense of trust and comfort. Maybe that's
trust and comfort, yes, but some kind of, some kind of friction or some grating sensation that was there for two months. That went off.
So I think Shasta and I are great examples of how two different people from different walks of life with different character traits and with different interest level, different profession, different temperament, personality.
Absolutely.
But still, come together and be friends for a much bigger purpose.
True.
And in spite of the fact that we have had
so many ups and downs. This is a testimony in itself.
Yes. For you, I am friends with everybody.
Absolutely. For me.
Anything else you want to say?
Nothing else, JD. Continue your super duper multi-dimensional way of living.
And by the way, Shasta also has good sense of humor. I think we both, bring out that sense of humor in each other.
Mokkai humor. Okay,
Cut.
JD.
Okay, JD. Yeah.
Fine. So the one thing I like about JD is his super duper way of living a multi-dimensional life. Hi. Hi. JD is great.
If you say like that, even the people who don't want to be there.
JD, you didn't offer me chocolate. I don't. Satin Paul, this is for you. Hi. I didn't fall.
No, like Shasta, you only keep thinking or you'll also act on the gift.
So with you, you have a nice way of finishing work fast.
So yeah, I am standing here. Where are you looking at me? Who are you speaking to?
To the audience.
Hindi.
Any code.
This is how you prioritize. Don't prioritize Google. Yeah. Baking cake over.
Yeah, I would put the phone away.
The one thing I like about JD Shasta.
Oh, it's recording.
Yeah.
The one thing I like about JD. Very patient you are.
All the compliments nobody has ever told me. Intelligent, patient.
I think you're intelligent. Rattafy is called Rattafy. This mugging up. Oh, pura ratta maar ke aaye ho in Hindi. You'll say, no, full mugged up and come. Instead of saying hi.
You have a wife?
Huh? Wife? That's one I don't have. If you want me, you mean it's dry. I'll apply cream. I got cream.
Yeah.
Wife I don't have, JD. I have cream. Is it okay?
Yeah. See? Now you're talking.
People call you, you know, you thought you were not nobody, JD. You were always somebody.
Yeah, I feel you're like little slow. It has to be a little more faster.
So like, instead of saying hi, so I say hi. To contribute and support this. Sorry. I'm trying to memorize. Don't vibrate. Start smiling.
Okay.
Hope you really enjoyed the.
It's fine, I'm not laughing.
Yeah, I know. Hope this video was a blessing for you. To watch and enjoy more Catholic content, please do subscribe to the Song on Fire YouTube channel. If you feel inspired, please click on the Patreon link to contribute and support the Song on Fire Catholic Ministries. God bless you.